was not really working great. I thought maybe my bed was killing me, and then I thought maybe I could get rid of my arm. And I asked the doctors, could we just get rid of it? And they said it's too late. The infection is in your entire body. Just a little yeast can ruin the whole loaf. Sin is like this in the church if we don't restore the brother who is broken or trapped or overcome with sin. Restoration is a process, though. Many of you have had a surgery of your own, or maybe a loved one has had a surgery, and the surgery can be not fun in and of itself, but it's often the rehabilitation that's really challenging. It involves exercising that thing that was broken over and over, in spite of the pain, continuing to be the person that you want to be takes work. Restoration may very well be the same. For the believer who is caught stealing money, they're probably not going to be on the finance team. For the believer who was overcome with addiction, they're not going to be the first person to easy for me to say, lead a recovery addiction ministry. For the person who spilled the beans on somebody else's marriage problems, they're probably not going to be a trusted counselor anytime soon. But with like the restoration of furniture or the restoration of a classic car, there's a time when you have to take everything away and begin an examination of what must stay, what must be carved out and repaired, and where do we need brand new parts for this thing to be able to function as it was designed. When the believer is in the process of restoration, there comes a time when they're integrated back into the body. They're back into serving where they're designed to serve in the body. Although, as you know, with furniture and cars, it may not look the same as it did before after restoration is complete. Number 6, and finally, Paul issues a warning to accompany this restoration process. The ESV says, keep watch on yourself lest you too be tempted. The NLT, I like, says, and be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. So reflect here. If you have self-identified as spiritual, Paul is aiming this at you. You're going to be in trouble. Paul's warning is kind of like Jesus' teaching. This is where I said we in Matthew chapter 7. Judge not that you be not judged, for with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but you don't notice the log that is in your own eye? You hypocrite. First, take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. If we just briefly consider Jesus' parable, he's implying that we can very easily identify our own sins. Another ministry of the Holy Spirit. He convicts us of our sin. So Paul is not looking for perfect